This program brought to you by Expert United Marine and the Gulf International Trading Group.
Clarity in thought, unity in spirit, makes life simple, loving, and everlasting in every relationship. Welcome all of you to the body and the mind. Hello and welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Well, we've had several episodes and we've been talking about yoga. We've been doing several asanas and exercises on yoga. We've been clearing doubts. We've been asking about our curiosities about yoga. But today there is something which has come to my mind as to what exactly is the definition for yoga and how is it linked towards the various aspects of the human life.
In fact, we have touched these points on yoga before also. But in detail, if you want to have, we can have a discussion on that. Yoga is basically a word that has been derived from the Sanskrit word yuj.
Yuj.
Yuj in Sanskrit, it means union. Why Sanskrit is adopted in this, if you ask? That was the language which was not created by any human being. It is an evolution of the sound of nature. We have discussed, if you go to the previous, we have discussed on why and how and all these things. In Sanskrit, we always say, it is something that is already there in all of us, the sound vibration. So, whenever any person in the world, you tell them to bring out a sound, the sound that comes is Now, this three-letter word is what has formed the entire vowels and consonants. So this sound vibration, this language, why yuj has come from, that's what I'm telling. It is like a, u, is a universal sound vibration which is existent in every human being, irrespective of nationality, color, country, religion, everything. This has been transcended in different forms as Amen, Om, Amin. But the universal sound vibration is This has been evolved, and the 52 vowels and consonants of Sanskrit comes from this three-letter word which is at par with nature's vibration. So that's why all these words come from this original sound vibration of Am, and that is why Sanskrit is used in these words. And the importance of yoga is, yoga has been derived from the Sanskrit word yuj, means union. Now, if you ask, union between what?
Between man and his...
There are so many explanations on that. Union between what? Union, we say, between the individual soul and the universal soul, or individual consciousness or universal consciousness. But in life's practical aspects, if you see, every moment we are all in yoga. This is what we need to understand.
Somehow or the other.
Somehow or the other, we are all in yoga. Because I as a person, I am linking myself with my body in every action. Who is I and who is the body? So you are something apart from the body, and who is able to understand, experience, witness your actions all the time. So you stand apart and you experience it at the same time. So you and your experiences or your interactions or what you witness as a Sakshi Bhava is a link between you and your actions. That is also yoga, yuj. Now, we are all breathing, consciously or unconsciously, breathing is happening. But when I tell you, come on, just observe your breath, you can see yourself linking to your breathing pattern. Is it not a link?
Correct.
This is also yoga. This is also a link between you and your breath. Now, sometimes I become angry, agitated, happy, frustrated, fear. After some time, you realize why I became angry, why I was frustrated.
So a relationship around.
So you are not that anger, you are not that frustration, you are something apart, experiencing, and later on even to gauge and understand what you have done is right or wrong. So you are standing apart from your emotions, but you link with that state is again yoga. Now, your understanding is vastly determined according to your emotions. So, at a given point of time, a situation which is conducive to you, you accept it, and in relationship, you are comfortable. Now, you are not able to accept it, you show it in your emotions. So, your understanding has a great link on your expression of emotions, breathlessness, physical actions. So you are linking your understanding of the knowledge with yourself is also yoga. And again, if you see, there is some quality, as I said, a divine nature in all of us. That is a Sakshi Bhava, always telling you what I am doing is right or wrong. What I am telling is a lies or the truth. When I am going to hurt a person, I am telling whether it is good or bad, or I am going to put. I know that everything. Whenever I am irresponsible to my health, and still I continue my drinking habits, still I drink, still I go around eating all the junk, and I feel the guiltiness. You are standing apart, but you are linking and understanding also. That's also yoga.
The understanding relationship.
Yeah. So you are interacting in your day-to-day life. So though a person says, I don't know yoga, he is actually in yoga all the time.
Knowingly or unknowingly.
Knowingly or unknowingly, or in yoga. The more and more awareness manifests in you, the more and more you start realizing, the more and more you become a human being. So your realization on how to make the best of health, your realization on how to make the best of your breath to energize, your realization on how to manage your emotions, your realization and wisdom that can broaden and help you to get the best of acceptance level in life, and your awareness in the total aspects of knowledge or your divine nature that links you with all other aspects of your life is the core essence of yogic principles. Though we say, whenever you ask someone, they say, it is the individual soul and the super soul, a common man doesn't understand. Oh, he's talking philosophy. But to the bare grassroots level, if you see, everyone in this world are already in yoga. Knowingly or unknowingly. You are linking yourself in actions. You are linking yourself in your breathing, everything. So this is basically the core essence of yogic principles, or we term as yoga. A child is in yoga, is enjoying his life. Some mothers sometimes say, children are not listening, please teach them yoga. It is actually the child is already enjoying his moment of life in transcendence with his true nature of innocence, happiness, sincerity, responsibility, compassion, love. We say the child is already enjoying his life, he is in yoga. The moment you dislink with your true nature and you start acting according to the world, you lose your yogic state, because you are going to ignorance, getting carried away by the world. That is the time you need to link yourself back to yoga. That's what it is. So this is, actually we are all operating with the limited identities all the time. Our true nature is immense light. light. But we always operate with a limited identity in any aspects of life. Because always we want to know and be comfortable. See, so the moment you see a person whom you do not know, what do you immediately ask him? What's your name? Why? Because you want the unknown to be known for you to be comfortable. We don't want anything to be unknown. So we want to know. Know means, this person, immediately, you are this. Immediately he'll ask, where are you from? What is the tail behind your name? So that I can link myself with you if it is my tail and your tail matches. So these are all things that wants to make people comfortable on things. So yoga is basically taking off the limitedness or your darkness or ignorance and understanding and being in the precious moment all the time to enjoy a beautiful state of life in this world. That because the most precious thing in the world today is the precious moment of now, present. Even if you see now the rain comes, when a rain comes, immediately what will people say? Last year it didn't happen. Why it happening? It was not there in Dubai. Why it is now happening? Instead of saying all these things, why can't you enjoy the rain? You enjoy, rain is coming, let us enjoy the moment. That enjoyment of the moment is making you be in yoga. Be in that state of happiness that determines your beautiful past and a bright future. That preciousness is lost when you lose yourself. So this aspects of getting into the precious moment all the time, enjoying that state like how a child enjoys, is what is the essence of yoga.
So would it be right to say that yoga is the jack of all trades and the master of all?
Yoga is the very existence of this world.
That's the zenith.
Whether you know it or not, we are all in that knowledge. Whatever you do is the same. And this is not taught by any person. It's a universal science of knowledge, transcended by years and years of experience of people and people at various times, various years which has been going on. There is no particular order for this knowledge, because this has been transcended from so many great teachers, philosophers, saints. Whatever they have given the best from themselves to the world, to their child, to their teachers, is what is the real aspects or content of this knowledge. We can say it has come from nature only. Why nature? Because the entire essence, today I am talking to you, whatever I am talking is recorded. The equipment's recorded. But how you are able to record? Because the electromagnetic waves records everything, whatever I am talking in the world of nature. At given point of time, this knowledge transcends into you according to your thought waves that is always looking for those type of knowledge. So it is already existing in this world as electromagnetic waves. That knowledge transcends into you when you are looking for it all the time. That is how this has already come. So this is a unique knowledge which is existent. Thousands of years of knowledge is existent in this world as beautiful electromagnetic waves. If you, for example, we say a scientist has discovered certain things. The scientist has discovered means he has been thinking on it so much all the time, working on it in his sleep, in his eating, wherever and whatever he is doing, he is thinking on the subject. So your 1000 kilovolt of current, which is so powerful, is continuously emitting a type of vibrations. So, similar types of vibrations existing in the world of nature transcends into you at a point of time wherein you express it through your senses. It has come from nature only. All the aspects in the world today, whether the animals or the birds, they are operating with instincts. When they are operating with instincts, they are guided by nature, right? We don't tell them to do anything. They eat the grass or any herb according to their requirement. No one has to tell them. That is the knowledge of nature given to these animals as instincts. We have learnt from them. So is that knowledge not from nature?
Of course.
Ayurveda, all those that we follow today is from nature. The lying patterns which we adopt in yoga postures. When an animal is sick, they adopt these postures. Seeing them, observing them, we adopted those postures, we also got relief. Is it not from nature? Like this, if you see, highly knowledgeable, and every aspect has come from nature. That's why nature is our teacher. You cannot say nature is against human beings. Nature has only all the time given and given and given to its children everything. So you cannot say that nature is against human beings. The very existence of all of us is because of nature. Knowledge also has come from nature. And yoga is that beautiful knowledge, or the beautiful Amrita, I should say, that has come to us from nature.
Well, we've been hearing stories, I don't know whether to use the word stories, as there are many types of yogas in this world. If so, is it true? And what are the different types of yogas?
Yoga, if you ask me, it's only one. It is the union, as I told you. But there are different methodology of how people get into this knowledge. Like you have a super highway. But to get to the super highway, there may be different paths.
Roads.
Yeah. It depends on where you are comfortable, what you know about the road, and accordingly you get into the path. So it can be through any type of yoga. There are different pathways. So whichever path you enter into this knowledge, finally you reach the superhighway. So path can be anything, but you ultimately end up getting into this knowledge. Now, the path, for example, if you observe, today I can say 60 to 70% people, they are just looking to yoga as physical fitness. Because whenever you talk the principles of yoga, no one wants to listen. No one wants to be told anything because everyone feels they know everything. So principles are not actually taken, or rather they don't want to know about it. Each have their own doctrines of life. So yogic knowledge, principles, we are not bothered. But we want good health. We should not have diseases. So what are the yogic principles? If they are not interested. So they want only yoga, stretches, health, beauty, complexion, all the good things. So they go more into the strenuous aspects of physical discipline. Art of physical conditioning, we can say. In the authentic traditional path, Hatha Yoga is what is dealt with to bring in a physical and mental balance. Because physical discipline also disciplines the mind. Mental discipline also gives physical discipline.
Interrelated.
They are both interrelated. Like how we say, a human being has negative and positive charge. So we have the mental and the life energy. So physically, if you start working with a discipline, mental discipline automatically comes. So hatha, ha and tha is, ha we say is the moon, tha is the sun. We call it as Ida and Pingala. So ha, too much of is cold is death, too much of heat is also death. Balance in between is life. So maintaining the physical and mental balance gives you everything. So Hatha Yoga has been the traditional, authentic, classical yoga from which all other physical disciplines of yoga has come. Great teachers like Gorakhnath and they have already told, Patanjali Yoga Sutra Maharishi, he has given the Ashtanga Yoga. Now, Ashtanga Yoga deals with 8 limbs of yoga.
No, my doubt is that from Hatha Yoga is the Mother Yoga.
No, Hatha Yoga is the traditional, authentic, classical yoga based on physical discipline. Apart from Hatha Yoga, we have Raja Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Mantra Yoga, Natha Yoga. Like this, there are different types of yoga not related to physical discipline. Physical discipline is Hatha. Karma Yoga is totally different. You may not be doing physical stretches of yoga. But in karma, for me, my duty, my work is my worship. So, I be the best employee or a businessman, the best. I am the best husband or the wife. I do my duty 100%. I am not worried about bhakti or jnana or yoga exercise, no. My duty is 100%. I do what I feel is right and I do it 100%. There you are a karma yogi. Whatever you think and desire, you act accordingly, automatically. This also takes you to the highest form of you linking yourself with the universal consciousness. That pathway through the aspects of work as worship and doing 100% as a devoted, as a devotee in the process takes you to that highest state. You need not do physical discipline. Karma Yoga. Hatha Yoga is you get into the physical discipline, do your breathing and exercise and that and this. Finally, your physical discipline automatically brings in mental discipline. And your mental discipline and physical discipline brings you to a state of balance. You start balancing in your life, you achieve the highest. Otherwise, I am just doing my work as worship. I work in that. I do continuously what I... So, he has automatically a focus, an objective, a clear dharana in life. He also attains the highest. Some are into bhakti yoga. What is bhakti? Some people, if you see, they already have the immense faith in the higher being or consciousness that is really there in this world. So, to him you need not say that you have to do this, you have prayed, there's a higher reality, pray to God. Everything he has automatically, and he feels, I am an instrument in the hands of the higher godliness. So whatever he does is an attribute, or he is doing it as a servant in the hands of God.
Dedicated towards...
He is already in bhakti, because he understands or he knows what he is and where he stands compared to the higher consciousness. So he always... Anything that comes in his life, happiness or sorrow or any problem, it is a gift from God. He takes it. and with humility and all the beautiful personified qualities that he can attain, he is the best human being because he has a great reverence to a higher reality. He is in bhakti. There is something called Jnana Yoga. Some people, they don't have that inherent faith or doesn't come to them automatically. For them, they need to understand why, where, why I should pray, who is this God, what nonsense. They may think on all these things. They want clarification on all these things. We cannot say it is wrong. When a student comes to you to ask knowledge, you cannot say, just do what I say. You have to clarify. You have to give clear explanations to the child. For that, you need to have patience. And to a child, you can give him the jnana, the knowledge, continuously and again. He also blossoms in his knowledge. That transcends into bhakti. Automatically, he also attains to the bhakti. He also can be in that state. You understood? So these are the different methodology of how a human consciousness can evolve to a higher reality or to a higher consciousness, linking himself with the higher reality where he really attains that higher consciousness. So these are different paths: karma yoga, bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, japa, totally into the focus of mantras and japa, where that find one-pointedness is also another thing. There's something called nada yoga. Nada. You close your ears and start listening to the sounds and sounds and sounds. You can find almost all the sound starts coming from within. That focus takes you to a beautiful state of one-pointedness again. That's also another form. These are different major aspects of yoga along with Hatha Yoga. Now, the modern different types of yoga you can see as people asking whenever they call you, sometimes they ask, what yoga are you teaching? Are you teaching power yoga? Or heat yoga or Bikram yoga? Or Bhangra yoga? Or Hatha yoga? Or Ashtanga yoga? Or Ashtanga Vinyasa? So many things they put. This or Iyengar yoga. These are all actually a little confusing basically. Because all these physical aspects have come from Hatha. Pilates is another form. Again derived from the traditional things. All, you see, all ring from yoga only. But they categorize, catalog and market it as their product. Because it's a good market now. Power yoga is nothing but a combination of yoga with aerobics, making you do little or fast exercises. Sweating is what is people requiring today. They feel sweating is everything. So they go into that. Yes, it's good. For a person who needs to lose weight, he needs to work out more. Fine, he can go to power yoga. Some go to do the heat yoga. They put you in a hot room and make you do almost 21 or 26 exercises continuously and you sweat again. So that's another form. But the thing is oxygen level, because they open the door and give you oxygen. But thing is, it doesn't go into the traditional way of functioning actually. These are all different categorization done. These are all physical disciplines, like all these power yoga, all these things. So that is one aspect of it. Ashtanga yoga is basically yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. But generally now Ashtanga yoga they are teaching physical exercise. But for a common man, so I have been learning Ashtanga yoga, I am doing Ashtanga yoga. What about the yama, niyama? Totally not there. So it's a little confusing basically. So these are the ways of how it has been promoted, catalogued and marketed. But to understand, yoga is only one. It is applicable to every human being, anywhere in the world, because it deals with the intricate aspect of your body, your breath, your mind, your understanding and divine nature. So this you relating and correlating with yourself within and without and to the external world is what is really termed as yoga.
Well, with this we come to the end of this episode, but don't forget that the continuation of this episode will prolong in the next episode. Until then, see you and goodbye.